and then we are going to move on to 4 questions that are review questions, and then we are going to move on to week 2 of module 6, week 2. Next week, we're doing module 6, week 3. And the following week is the last week of school, so we're not going to be doing a module. So who wants to do that? So we have this week and next week. We are done with our book. But right now, review. We had a prefix last week, micro. Please, on your board, tell me what the prefix micro means. Don't show anyone, and don't show it to me until I say micro. What does micro mean? If you're at home, you can type it in the chat. But don't show me your boards yet. What does micro mean? Don't show friends. I want to see if you guys remember. Hello, those of you that are on virtually. Nice to see you. Except for none of you guys have your cameras on, so nice to see your icons, but that's okay. Oh, now I see you. Hello, Angelina. Nice to see you for real. What does micro mean? Don't show me your boards yet. Don't show me your boards yet. I don't want them. I don't want to see them. You should be hiding them from your friends. Not everyone's done. Remember, we should not be doodling. Dry erase boards are tools, not toys. All right, I need you to show me your board. Funny, Landon. Micro means tiny. If you put small, I will accept that, but micro means tiny. And it looks like all of you guys pretty much got that right. Now I want you to write a word that has micro in it. Any word you remember that has micro in it, or even a word we didn't talk about. What's a word that has micro? Write it big enough so I can see it, friends. Do your personal best. I'll know what you're saying. Do your personal best. What's a word that has micro in it? Don't show me your board until I ask you to. Write me a word that has micro in it. When you're done, make sure you cap your marker. That way I know you're done. I still see people writing. All right, show me your board. I have microwave, Microsoft, microchip, microbiology, microwave, microchip, microscope, microscopic, microbiology, microwave, microchip. I think I read them all. Good job. Now, actually, we're going to do 6 things. Haha. Using the word you just did, whether you used microscope, microscopic, microwave, write me a sentence, except for Mr. Jaden already did that. Write me a sentence with your micro word. So now if you used microwave, you need to put a sentence with the word microwave. If you use microscope, you need to do a sentence with microscope. Yeah. Super small. If something's microscopic, it's very, very small. Very, very small. You have to use a microscope to look at it. You're writing a full sentence, capital letter, punctuation. Use your micro word. Use your micro word. Hey, guys. When you're done, put your marker down. That way I know that you're done. Yeah. Yeah, that still has micro in it. Connor, we're not trying to be funny, buddy.
Stop fighting, Captain America. Stop fighting.
Connor, Jaden. Show me your board with your micro word. I put my cheese in the microwave. I put my burrito in the microwave. I cooked my ramen in the microwave. Our dog kept running away, so we got her microchipped. What is a microchip? I use Microsoft to play Halo. I use the microwave to warm up dinner. The doctor used a microscope to see the bacteria. The cookie crumble was so microscopic that we had to use a magnifying glass. That's a good one. You are a micro human, a tiny human. I don't know if that's a word, but okay. They put a microchip in their dog. You use a microscope to see small stars in the sky. Actually, that's hey, time out. Blake, that's a telescope. Just for the record. I'm not trying to be funny. It's not something to laugh at. I'm just letting you know. Microscope. Connor. We're not talking out. That's your only warning today. If I need to talk to you again, you're going to head out. Okay? A telescope is what you use to see things in the sky. The crumb that fell off my hand was microscopic. She studies microbiology. The microchip that goes in the computers is very small. All right. Looks good, guys. You may erase your boards. Excuse me. Please sit down. You weren't 1 second ago when I asked you. Thank you, Angelina. All right. Now, we had another prefix, and the other prefix was super. Super had more than one meaning. I need you to put down at least one meaning of the prefix super. That's why we're practicing. This is called review. Super. We're not talking. When you're done, cap your marker. That way I know you're done. You're putting down the meaning of the prefix super. Super. All you're doing right now is putting down the prefix. You're writing the boys and girls. You are writing the meaning of the prefix super. Just like for micro, you all wrote tiny or small. So what does super mean? Landon Rebus. Get it together, sir. All right, show me your boards. Big, very large. Better. Ooh, good. See, someone remembered. Better, better, better. It's not just big, it is bigger. Remember, super means more, bigger, better, or beyond. Those are the four meanings of super. More, bigger, better, beyond. I need you to write one word that has the prefix super. One word that has the prefix super. There should be one word on your board. When you're done, cap your marker. That way I know you're done. One word that has the prefix super. Did you get your thing? Your reminder? Don't forget. I don't want to see it yet, buddy. You should have one word on your board. That looks like more than one word.
I don't pay attention. This is one word. One word.
Good job, Eden and Evan. All right, show me your boards. What do we got? We got Superman, superhero. That's not a word, buddy. Superhero, supernatural, supermarket, super duper, superhuman. I'm hearing a lot of people talking and I'm not sure why. Thank you, boys and girls. And of course, super IDK. That's not a thing, Isaac. All right, you're using the word you put super in to make me a sentence. If you use superhuman, write me a word with superhuman. If you wrote something with Superman, write me a sentence with Superman. If you wrote something with supermarket, write me a sentence with supermarket. You're using your super word in a sentence. Capital letter punctuation, of course. That works, Eden. Thank you. Make sure you're writing big enough I can see. You are writing a word with super. I don't want to see your boards yet. Remember, we should not be doodling because dry erase boards are tools, not toys. When you're done, make sure your marker's capped. That way I know you're done, okay? All right, show your boards to me. I put the Superman in the microwave with a large piece of cheese. I love the Superman movie. Superman is a superhero. My family shops at supermarkets like Costco. The study of supernatural is the study of paranormal entities. Also, it is a movie series. Entities. The superhero saved the day. You go to the supermarket to get food. She is a good superhuman. She was a very cool superhero. Superman saves the day. I have superpowers. The superhuman saved a cat from a tree. Superman is super strong. School is super duper boring. Superman saves the day by eating nuggets. All right. Superwoman is the best superhero there is. All right. Hi, thank you for participating in our little review. I need everyone to put their dry erase boards up. Superman gets beaten horribly by Dark Shield. If you can hear my Connor, I'm not sure why you're getting on your computer, first off. All I've asked is that you put your dry erase board and stuff away. You should not be getting on your computer right now. Before we get on our computer, we have vocab words. And lots of these vocab words have more than one meaning, okay? We're going to be talking about the meaning specific to Connor Rios. Shut your computer. Did I not just tell everyone we weren't getting on our computer? No, I said in a while. I did not say instantly. I just don't need it open because you can't have it open and not use it. Matthew, I'm not sure what you're doing with all these motions in the back, but you need to stop because they're being distracting. Like I said, our vocab words, lots of them have more than one meaning, okay? But we want to, your vocab homework has to do with the meaning specific to our story, so make sure you're focused, okay? So our first one is bars, B-A-R-S. Obviously, there's more than one meaning for the word bars. So one is probably an establishment you've heard of for people over the age of 21, where you guys can't go. Like your parents could, or someone like that. A bar is an establishment entertainment that people of a certain age could go to. What's another type of bars?
Like the jail cell bars.
Yeah, bars that can keep things separated, right? Like in jail, there's bars. Sometimes there's like bars on windows that, like, so you can't get out. Things like that. What's another type, Jacqueline? Snack bars, okay. That would be a bar. A lot of people have bars in their kitchen or a snack bar. It's like a Long Island thing that you can pull up stools to. So that's already 3. What's another type, Dylan?
Bars to hold things up like this.
Okay, bars to hold things up. Bryden?
Like you're singing.
Yeah, so Mr. Bryden got the last other one I was thinking of was gymnastic bars. They're like uneven bars. Okay. So there's bars that can go on windows. There's bars that are an establishment for people over the age of 21 in the United States. There are gymnastic bars. And Bryden said the bars that have to do with singing. And that's the type of bars we are talking about. Bars are short sections of a longer piece of music. Okay, so if I have a huge piece of music, you could say a bar is a shorter part of it. Okay, so a sentence could be, the musician practiced the more difficult bars of music before his performance. Okay, so bars. This is what we're talking about. So your vocabulary homework, you're talking about this bars. Bars are short sections of a longer piece of music. Okay? I understand there's more than one meaning. That's okay.
What about crowbars?
That's a crowbar, though. That's not just a bar. And that would be a noun because it's a thing. Connor. Our next one is something that we should all be all types of aware of these days. Contagious. What does contagious mean?
Everybody better raise your hand right now. Raise your hand. No.
Contagious. Blake. Perfect. If something is contagious, it spreads quickly among people. So, contagious could be like a cold, coronavirus is contagious, but also feelings can be contagious, okay? So, Bryden Weaver. So, if Mrs. Kneifel gets super excited about something, then Olivia gets super excited about something, then Jaden and Jacqueline see that we're excited, they might get excited, and then Mia and Blake and Logan and Bryden may get excited because we're excited. So, feelings can also be contagious besides things like the common cold, the flu. Are all sicknesses contagious? No, definitely not. Like, cancer is not contagious. There's lots and lots of things that are not contagious, but then there's obviously lots of things that are contagious. Yawns, contagious. If you see someone yawn, you want to yawn. That's a kind of a myth, but I'm a firm believer in it because when I see someone yawn, I gotta yawn. Mia? I can't hear Mia, and she's only 10 feet away from me.
Like if someone does something, then maybe someone younger follows it.
Right, yeah, so that's another good example. So contagious spreads quickly among people, okay? We should all know what that means. That's something. Oh, so a sentence could be, the excitement of the crowd was contagious as they waited for the singer to arrive. Just like what I said, if I'm getting excited, you might get excited, and she might get excited, and she might get excited, and he might get excited. Okay? It doesn't have to be just sickness. Our next one, this is another one that has more than one meaning. This is fever. First off, what is a fever that you're all thinking first? Abrielle? When you get sick, the average person's temperature is 98.6 degrees, and an official temperature, I think, is at like 100.5 is when you officially reach like a temperature. I could be wrong. Could be 100.3. I don't know. Besides the point. And then another fever. Kind of. Landon? Yeah, you're really excited. A fever is a feeling of great excitement. So, Mr. Ethan over here just said dance fever. Okay, so you're really excited to dance. So, a fever is also a feeling of great excitement. Okay, it does not have to be sickness. It's also the feeling of great excitement. Connor.
Another word for fever, yeah, like how have a fever when they're things on touchdown.
Yeah, that would be an example of it. All right, next one. Duets. Does anyone know what a duet is? Oh, it looks like lots of people know what a duet is. Miss Jacqueline, do you know what a duet is?
There can be one where two people dance together.
You're on the right track. Only half of that's correct, though. You want to try again, or you want me to pass it along? Okay, Abigail.
A duet is
Yeah, it has to be two people. A duet is two people. So a duet would be two people singing together, two people dancing together, two people doing anything together. Could be a duet. If me and Olivia decide to join a jump rope competition, we could be a duet jump rope team. Okay, so duet, two people. Okay, duet is two. And our last book, we only have 5 vocab words this week, not too terrible. Our last one is a solo. What's a solo? Solo. What's a solo? I just had one right there. Dylan.
You can have solo is and you did it alone.
Yeah.
So basically, example, you have a dance solo or a singing solo or a piano solo. Or
Yep.
a guitar solo.
Solos are pieces of music that one sings or plays alone. So, if Mrs. Kneifel sings alone, that would be a solo. If Mrs. Kneifel played the guitar alone, that would be a solo. If Mrs. Kneifel got up in front of you and did a dance, that would be a solo. Okay? Solo, alone. Duet has how many?
2.
Anyone know what it's called when there's 3?
Trio.
A trio. That's not one of our vocab words, but that's besides the point. All right, so I think it goes over to a group then. I don't think they call it the quads up there. It's just a group.
If they call it squads.
Okay. So, remember, there are lots of definitions for bars, but the one we are talking about, bars are short sections of music to a longer piece, the shorter section. Contagious. If a feeling is contagious, it spreads quickly among people, something that spreads quickly. Fever. A fever is a feeling of great excitement. Duets are pieces of music that two people play or sing together or perform together. And solos are pieces of music that one person sings or plays alone or performs alone. So don't get those two mixed up. Performs alone, solo, duet, together. Now, I just need you to hop onto HMH. We're going to go over the prepare to read page is all today, and then we will go over your homework. So the faster we get through the prepare to read page, the longer you'll have for your homework. Hey, Bryden. On HMH, it is called Prepare to Read Play Lewis Play. Please get to that page. You just need to be on the Prepare to Read page. So this week's story is a little bit different than last week. Someone remind me what type of story we read last week. Caden? A biography. What's a biography, Olivia?
It's a story about a real person, but it wasn't written by them.
Right, a story about a real person written by someone else. This week, we are reading a fictionalized biography. What's a fictionalized biography, you ask? A fictionalized biography is a story of a real person's life that includes made-up events or characters. So it's this person, Mr. Lewis, who we're going to be reading about, is a real person. But the things that are happening in our story are going to be made up, or they're going to be embellished, which means like made better. There might be some pretend people in his life. So it's about a real person, but it is made up. So what's a story, or what's a type of genre that would be really close to this? If this is a fictionalized biography, what's a genre that would be similar to this, Jaden?
Biography?
Besides biography, yes. Yeah, that is close. That's not what I was thinking, though. Ethan? No. You try. Realistic fiction. Remember, in realistic fiction, it is a fake story, but it's realistic. Like, it could happen. So those two kind of like are sort of like in the same realm. So in fictionalized biographies, let's read those dots below. Biographies prevent events in sequential or chronological order to help readers understand what happened and when. Someone remind me what sequential or chronological order means. Mrs. Kneifel talks about this every single week. Every single person's hand should be up. What is sequential or chronological order? Who haven't I talked to today? Haley, tell me what sequential or chronological order is, ma'am. Right, happens in order. This happens first. This happens second. This happens third. This happens fourth. You know, like, I always use the example of Mrs. Kneifel's life, you know, in the morning. First, my husband leaves. He says goodbye. Then I continue to lay down for a little bit. Then my alarm goes off. Then I feed Benji. Then Benji's my dog.
We have 2 dogs.
Yeah, but they eat at different times. Benji eats right at 6 a.m. and Bristol eats when I leave. It just works better. So anyways, all these like chronological order, you know, first you get to school. Then, you know, you unpack. Then you do your morning work. Then we have reading RTI, chronological order. We know what chronological order is. Next bullet. Fictionalized biographies can include literary language and devices. They often read like a story. So our last biography was kind of like, I don't want to say stiff, but it was a lot like, you know, it was a biography. It's a little bit stiffer. This is going to be more like a legitimate story because it's fictionalized, okay? So it's going to be more like a regular narrative that we read. And then lastly, a fictionalized biography may be told from the point of view of a fictional character. So we'll see once we get started what the point of view is. So it is called Play, Lewis, Play. And it's the true story of a boy and his horn by Muriel Harris Winston, illustrated by Patrick Morgan. What's a horn? Anyone know what that is? I'm not talking about the horn on a cow's head. What type of horn are we talking about here, Ethan? Yeah, we're talking about like a trumpet. Remember this, what is this module all about? We haven't gone over this in a while. Not music necessarily. What's this entire module about, Abrielle? Art. Is music art?
Yes.
Yes, just like painting is art, drawings are, all of that is art. So this last story was about an actress and a singer. This one is about a musician, realistic fiction. All right, now I need you all to hop onto Google Classroom so we can go over your homework. I'm going to try to share it for those of you at home if my computer cooperates. My computer was moving so slow earlier. So everyone just take 5 seconds. Let me get it for the kids at home, okay? I know, but I wanted to share it so I could read over it. So you should be heading to your Google Classroom. It is under classwork, of course. It is, of course, under May 10th through 14th. If it ever loads, I will show you, my friend. It is called Vocabulary Homework, Module 6, or M6, Week 2, Number 2. Let me share. I'm doing it right now. I'm going. All right. So it is not the most challenging homework you've ever had in your life. At least in my, I don't think it is. It is a question, so that means you type it right on in Google Classroom. It's not on a document. So the directions say, sorry, I don't know. It's not loading again, so hold on. Sorry. Come on. You can do it. All right. Below are 5 questions. Each question has one of this week's vocabulary words in it. Read the question, think about what the vocabulary word means, then answer the question. Be sure to number your answers. Do not write it in a giant paragraph. That's so hard to grade. Write number 1, answer it, press enter. Number 2, answer it, press enter. It's so hard when they're like, okay, it's hard for me to see. Hold on one second. Let me go through it. Be sure to number, use capital letters, punctuation, and restate your question. So, number 1, how do you think musicians learn to play difficult bars of music? Okay, well, if Mrs. Kneifel was answering this, I think Musicians learn to play difficult bars of music by practicing. Period. So I just gave you answer 1. Number 2. Describe a situation where something contagious might spread easily. So that could be at a concert, maybe at school if someone has a flu, something among those. What events besides sporting events cause a fever of excitement? There's accidentally a slash instead of a question mark. I will fix that once I'm done. I also spelled partner wrong. I will fix that in 1 second. If you are a singer, who would you choose to be your duet partner? Why? That's just for fun. Hey, you're a singer. Who are you choosing to be with you? And then, how would you feel about singing a solo on stage? That means you're alone. So this is going to be due at 8 a.m. tomorrow because most of these questions are opinion questions. So you have the rest of class time to work today. They are due by 8 a.m. tomorrow. What questions do we have besides Mrs. Kneiffel's mistakes, which I will fix right now? Mia, what's your question, ma'am? No. I just want, your answer should be like a sentence. I don't want radar. You just need to make sure to restate your question, and you need to make sure to use capital letter punctuation and stuff like that. But I'm not looking for radar answers. I'm just looking for you to answer the question, okay? Nothing crazy. If you have no questions at home, you're free to go. Here, you're free to start working. You have 6 minutes. You might be able to get it done because none of these are crazy, crazy hard. Thank you for joining me. I'll see you tomorrow when we start reading. Bye, guys.